All right, guys, I'm going to give you some information that was provided from the Philippine Bureau of Immigration on March 5th, Friday, March 5th. And it's information that you need to know regarding your arrival travel restrictions and departure travel restrictions for the Philippines.
Breaking news alert.
Hello, and welcome to Life in the Philippines. I'm BobbieD. In today's video, we'll talk about the BI's new updated arrival and departure restrictions. Watch this video to the end for a better understanding, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, I'm going to give you some information that was provided from the Philippine Bureau of Immigration on March 5th. Friday, March 5th, and it's information that you need to know regarding your arrival travel restrictions and departure travel restrictions for the Philippines. This information is taken directly from the Immigration Bureau of the Philippines, their official Facebook page. Okay? I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video to this page as well, so you can review it at your convenience and go over it as well. Okay? Now, here we go. Arrival travel restrictions. Number one, first section says, who are allowed to enter? Filipinos. Number one, valid buy. And clarify on valid buy-ins, when they're talking about valid buy-ins, you go down here at the bottom, it says, the following shall be allowed entry under valid buy-in privilege. Only nationals from non-visas required countries. Okay? A, Filipino citizens, foreign spouses, and children, regardless of age, who are traveling with Filipino principal. Okay. B, former Filipino citizens, together with their foreign spouses and children, regardless of age, who are traveling with them. That's what it means when it says valid buy-in. It clarifies that term. Number three, those with valid arrival travel restrictions continue. Those with valid and existing visas at the time of entry and who were not permitted to enter the country under previous IATF resolution. Okay. All right. It says, except those required entry exemption documents from the Philippine Post abroad. So if you're required to have an entry exemption document from your Philippine Post abroad before you leave, you need to get that in order to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Okay. Who should present an entry exemption document issued by the Philippines Post abroad arriving in the Philippines? Number one, holders of valid existing Section 9A visas. Okay, you go down here to the 3 stars. It says except for the following, provided that the principal Philippine national is in the country. A, foreign spouses of Philippine nationals. B, foreign minor children and foreign children with special needs regardless of age of Filipino nationals. And C, foreign parents of minor Filipino children with special needs regardless of age. So those are the exceptions that do not need exemption documents. Okay? Alright, number 2, holders of valid existing special resident visas, okay, or SRR. Those are the retirement visas. If you are trying to come into the Philippines and you're on a retirement visa, even though it's a permanent visa, you'll still need to get an exemption document. Okay? And what you'll do to do that is you'll contact the PRA, which is Philippine Retirement Authority, or your local post, wherever you are, whether it be an embassy or a consulate. You contact them first for an exemption. If you can't reach them or there's none in your area, you will contact the PRA in Manila, and they will set you up to get you an exemption document if you're a permanent resident retirement visa holder in the Philippines. All right, let's take a look at the next page. It says additional requirements for arriving immigrant and non-immigrant visa holders issued by the Bureau of Immigration. Number 1, you must have a valid re-entry permit for immigrants, okay, unless otherwise exempted. Number 2, you must have a valid special return certificate for non-immigrants, okay, unless otherwise exempted. Number 3, you must have a pre-booked accommodation for at least 6 nights in an accredited guaranteed hotel facility except for Section 9E visa holders. Okay? Those who fail to present a pre-booked accommodation shall be denied entry and shall be boarded immediately on the next available flight. Okay? So guys, follow the instructions here and you won't wind up wasting the trip. Okay? Follow the instructions. Okay? And I'm giving you this information so that you're careful to apply it to yourself so you don't wind up wasting money, wasting time, wasting a trip and getting turned back around. These are the instructions for arrival that you need to be aware of. All right, all foreign nationals who were cleared for entry but subsequently found to have presented a counterfeit or fraudulent pre-booked accommodation in an accredited quarantine hotel facility by the Department of Tourism shall be referred to the Bureau of Immigration for deportation proceedings. The initial check performed by immigration authorities shall not in any way interfere with the Department of Tourism's executive jurisdiction over the final validation and confirmation of pre-booked accommodation in the accredited quarantine hotel facility. So the Bureau of Tourism, Department of Tourism has the final say-so. Okay, so you have to go through them, and you have to make sure they're going to check to make sure your documentation is legit and official. Okay, let's go to the next page. Additional requirements for outbound Filipinos. Okay, now this section is regarding to the departure travel restrictions. Okay, you're in the Philippines right now, you're trying to leave. This is for you, and this is for outbound Filipinos, not foreign nationals. Keep that in mind, guys. This is the rules for outbound Filipinos. Hey, for those traveling on a tourist or short-term visitor visas, submission of confirmed round-trip tickets and adequate travel and health insurance to cover travel disruptions and hospitalization in case of COVID-19 infection during their allowable period of stay abroad. B, execution of a Bureau of Immigration declaration acknowledging the risks involved in traveling, including risk of delay in the return trip to be provided at the check-in counters by the airlines. C, whenever required by the country of destination or the airline, a negative COVID-19 test taken in accordance with the health and safety protocols of such destination or country. C, whenever required by the country or destination of the airline, a negative COVID-19 test taken in accordance with the health and safety protocols of such destination country or airlines, and upon return, they shall follow the guidelines of the National Task Force for Returning Overseas Filipinos. Okay, so most Filipinos don't have to take a test before you leave the Filipinos. If you're a Filipino, however, it's possible that you may have to take one according to the airline standards or according to the destination where you're arriving. So it would be to your advantage to check the destination where you're arriving, destination country, and also be to your advantage to check the airlines to see what their requirements are before you leave. Begin to book your ticket and book your flight. Make sure what you need to have.
A towering presence, run like the wind. Be a king or a queen. Life in the Philippines.